My name's Davida Shensky, and you're listening to Live Without Limits, Reach Personal Success on a Daily Basis. And this show is about relationships, mental health, personal growth, and anything that affects you that keeps you from reaching your goals. Today's presentation is titled, Why Do We Worry? Root Causes and Practices to Stop Worrying. You may have heard this one before from a colleague or close friend. Quit worrying for the sake of worrying. But does this actually make sense? Why do we worry about things in the first place? And what can we do to halt worrying thoughts in their tracks so we can lead the life that we want? Well, there's actually a lot going on in here. We wouldn't worry if there wasn't some kind of evolutionary or survival reason for it. But in this modern world, excess worrying can lead us down a slippery slope of anxiety and depression. What is the root cause of worry? Understanding why we do something can help us eliminate or reduce it. The same thing goes for worrying. Why do we worry? Worrying tends to make us upset and sometimes really anxious, but we don't do it for no reason. Most of the time, people worrying when facing a problem or some kind of adversity in their life. This means we tend to worrying as a way to emotionally prepare for potentially not so great outcomes. This tends to arise due to a variety of reasons: environmental factors, personal relationship troubles, career or job issues, financial problems, or even due to a traumatic past events. Your brain has a tendency to prepare for previously stressful or upsetting events. On the other hand, some experts claim that worrying is an anticipation of negative outcomes. In other words, it could be because we expect the worst to happen, even though realistically and in most situations, it could probably go either way. In many ways, worrying could be considered a mindset issue, not all the time, but sometimes. Some worrying is justified. What do we worry about? And what does worry do to the brain? Often we need to think about some of these things that happen and how it affects us. Unfortunately, excessive worrying can impact your good old noggin, meaning it can have detrimental impacts on your cognitive function and overall mood. Chronic anxiety is the next level beyond simply worrying about the regular stuff, and it can actually lead to degeneration of the brain, particularly in the hippocampus, which is involved in learning and memory, and prefrontal cortex. So, why does this matter? Well, degenerative, or rather degeneration of these parts of the brain is associated with development of dementia, depression, and other cognitive impairments. Not good at all. And we've been hearing a lot about this lately because it's been affecting some well known actors and entertainers. These worries or anxieties can also create a vicious cycle where we worry so much that we actually worry more. When we worry continuously, the amygdala, the fear center of the brain, grows. This means we are more likely to be on edge, fearful, and worried about events that take place throughout our lives. But the good news is that you aren't doomed. Just because you tend to worry, it doesn't mean that you are set on a path of excessive worry and fear for the rest of your life. You can break free from the cycle. Do you? How do I stop worrying and live my life? Worrying does not take away tomorrow's troubles, it takes away today's peace. The thing about worrying is that it can take away your current happiness, and it can be incredibly exhausting. Often it doesn't get a person anywhere productive. Instead, it robs the enjoyment of the present day. So, how can I quit worrying? Think about worrying differently. Is worrying helping you? Is it getting you closer to the solution? Does it prevent what you worry about from happening? Is it enhancing your life? When you question your worries this way, it can help you reframe from and be more productive from your thoughts and energy. Give yourself a set time to worry. We can we can't erase worrying from our minds completely. A lot of this is just human nature. At the same time, you are in complete control of your thoughts, but we also have emotions, and that sometimes we can't ignore. So instead of letting your thoughts run rampant, set aside a set of amount of time to worry. Maybe even consider writing out your thoughts and performing a brain dump. Getting it out on paper can help you view your worries differently or even reframe them in your mind or just make them less of a big deal. Once you have your time is up, it's time to be productive. Is there something that you can do about the problem at hand? Or can you now move on with the day without worries? Do a deep breathing exercise. If you feel overcome by anxiety, turn to meditation or deep breathing practices to calm your stress response and regain control. A good, quick, deep breathing exercise is box breathing. This involves inhaling to the count of four, holding your count to four, then exhaling to the count of four, holding that for a count of four, and then keep repeating this. You want to do it at least 3 to 5 rounds, or perform this until you feel better. And there are other things to consider that can help put you in a better frame of mind. Separate fact from fiction. When it comes to worrying, our imagination can get the best of us. we start making up stories or telling ourselves things that might not be entirely true. To separate fact from fiction, grab a piece of paper or open a spreadsheet on your phone or computer. Make two columns. In the left one, write down all the beliefs that you have regarding your current worries. In the right column, write what is actually true compared to those beliefs. Go for a walk. Simple, easy, and it takes very little effort or time. A walk can help improve your mind and flip your mindset. In particular, a little bit of movement can help release feel good endorphins, which also help quell the stress response. This means you'll feel less inclined to worry. Take action. Sometimes our worries are justified. If we fear that we insulted our friend or coworker, why not just talk to them about it? Apologize. Own up to your mistake. Many of our worries can be resolved with a simple conversation involving curiosity and openness. Tackling issues in our life as they happen can propel our personal growth forward and allow us to learn lessons that we might not have otherwise. So try it out, talk it out, take responsibility where necessary, find visible solutions. Put your worries in the past. Worrying for the sake of worrying doesn't help you or anyone. Instead, sort through your thoughts, come up with solutions, and use coping techniques such as deep breathing to calm your nervous system and the stress response, like Timon and Pumbaa sang in The Lion King. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. And remember this, you control your thoughts. For so many of us, what happens is we allow our thoughts to take control of our lives and prevent us from living the life we were meant to live, to keep us from reaching our goals. And it can also be equated with your fears.